You can't do everything on your own. And I had been programmed that way most of my life, majority of my life, that I can do it on my own. I don't need help. I can do it. And that is a miserable life. So you have to be open to receiving. Everybody's growing, everybody is evolving, and you don't know what people are going through in their intimate personal life. You may think because, oh, this is my friend, I know what's going on, but you really may not truly know what's going on. What's up, you guys? It's your girl Bianca B, and welcome to the Bianca B Show, where we talk about business, finances, and friendships. I am super excited. This is more of a solo episode, kind of just chatting. I think we should have like a little chit chat. I wanted to talk about transitioning into your 30s. And like, I love it over here. It is so much fun. You guys, I've learned so much about myself. And so I'm telling you, it gets better. I know you may be going through whatever you're going through, but it gets better. So we're going to kind of talk about like random shit, the things that I've learned. And this is going to be streaming. So if you are on the podcast, it's on Apple, Spotify. You can listen to it if you're listening to it while you drive. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. So I'm in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for a little over a year now, and this is probably the healthiest relationship I've ever been in. If you've been following my YouTube channel and been following me throughout the years, I've had many relationships. I'm not saying that I'm an advocate for having many relationships, but I learned a lot about myself in each relationship, even friendship as well. And I'm in such a good space. And I say this is the healthiest relationship I've been in, is because we have similar goals. We have a similar mindset. We have a vision. We have a goal for our life, not just all about intimacy and love, but we have similar goals with success goals. And so I would say this is the healthiest because we communicate better. We know each other, we know about each other, and we communicate in a very healthy way. I think every couple has disagreements. I think many people have disagreements, but I was someone who was super hyper independent, and I kind of want to talk about what I've learned about being hyper independent versus now being in a very successful, relationship. And I think I had struggled in the past because I was so independent and I was super hyper independent. I ain't need no man for nothing. That was kind of like my mindset. And so I'm going to give some tips to the hyper independent woman out there. Yeah. And this is not relationship advice. So let's start there because I'm not no expert. I haven't been with my person for 10 plus years. And, I'm not here for all of that. But I'm going to just share some tips that I've learned about, the difference between not healthy relationship and a healthy relationship, and like what I've learned about hyper independence and why it's a good thing and a bad thing. So I grew up the only child. For my mom, it's only me. So I'm naturally independent. I'm naturally more introvert. I'm naturally like a person that could do it on her own. Like I could do it on my own kind of deal. But you can't. You can't do everything on your own. And I had been programmed that way most of my life, majority of my life, that I can do it on my own. I don't need help. I can do it. And that is a miserable life. So you have to be open to receiving. And I think that is feminine energy, like learning to receive and being okay receiving. Like, it's okay for people to do nice things for you without wanting something in return. And I learned that within this relationship. I always thought that somebody wanted something when they did something nice, which sometimes that is the case. But I had learned how to receive, and that it's okay to receive. And it took baby steps to get to that space. So first step is, learning how to receive gifts, things, even simple, taking the trash out, doing those things, learning how to receive. The second thing is like, you don't know everything. So stop thinking you know everything. Bianca, stop thinking you know everything. We need to stop thinking that we know everything. The third thing I would say is therapy. You guys know I'm an advocate for therapy. And I've just learned so much with going to therapy. The next tip I would say is not letting everybody in your business. I think that we do that a lot, and we do that often, of letting your friends know every detail about your relationship. Oh, this is a good man. Letting people know about that. Like, keep things between you and your spouse. I think that, letting your family and friends knowing too much can ruin a relationship. So I've learned to keep this relationship as private. Like, people know we're together, like that's not a secret, but we keep a lot of our relationship private for the best, so people won't know too much, because what do they need to know for? You don't need to let everybody know every detail about your life. And I think, privacy helps a relationship. Like, the less people know, the better. And knowing that, you have a partner is the best feeling in the world, because what you lack, that person may have, and vice versa. And I've learned that throughout this experience and throughout this relationship, I can actually depend on him. I feel like other people in the past, I couldn't depend on them. I felt like I had to put on this warrior and this mask and pretend like I'm good, and I'm not good. And sometimes you're not okay. And you have to let people know that you're not okay. I think being hyper independent, we're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I could do it on my own. And it's like, you can't do it on your own. So once you get that mindset out of your mind and start being open to receive, things will come to you. And I also took a period before, this relationship. I took a period where I was not dating. I was celibate. I was really to myself. And that helped me a lot. Some people have to learn how to be in singlehood in order to, get into another healthy relationship, I want to kind of pivot to friendships. I've had two really important friendships in out of nowhere. And I had to learn to grieve that. And you have to sometimes grieve your old life and grieve old people, even though they're alive. That's really, really hard to do. And I had to learn that too, of being like, okay, this person doesn't want to talk to me. I don't know the reason why. I don't know the reason why, but learn to let people be where they are and not taking things personal is what I learned, is that people will come around when they want to come around. You know what I'm saying? And just learning to let people just be in that. Everybody's growing, everybody is evolving, and you don't know what people are going through in their intimate personal life. You may think, because, oh, this is my friend, I know what's going on, but you really may not truly know what's going on. So, when it comes to friendships, just learning to know that sometimes that chapter has to close, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned that throughout my life. Is just these past couple of years, it's like, just let people be where they are. I've learned so much. Like, this past year has been so good to me. Like, not despite being in a relationship, yes, that's a plus, but I'm just overall in a good place. Like, I am happy internally. Like, my life is in a good space. My family and friends are safe. Like, everybody is good. So I feel like just I'm mentally in a great space. And I think that's all about changing my mindset and changing where I thought of things. And so in the next episode, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to really give y'all the gut of like my New York experience and how I had to change my mindset on New York and like working in New York and the things that I learned. So we're going to do a little series. Make sure you guys follow me at It's Bianca B and at Bianca B Show. Make sure you guys go to shopbiancab.com and grab my books. It's also on Amazon. We're getting our coins this year, okay? And so, yeah, I'm going to figure out a name for this series, but I want to do this whole month just episodes of me just venting to you guys about what the fuck I'm going through and like how I'm feeling, and just being raw and honest about the space that I am in, and not just like interview after interview, because I felt like, I vlog a lot, but I've been putting out a lot of entrepreneurship interviews, which has been very therapeutic for my soul. But I want to make sure I'm giving my audience something that's me as well. Right now, we're going to call it B's Diaries. And so, yeah, it's your girl Bianca B. Make sure you guys follow me at It's Bianca B at Bianca B Show. We're streaming everywhere on Apple, Spotify, Podbean, yeah, so make sure y'all get into it. And this month is all about shit that I'm learning. I kind of like that name too. Shit that I'm learning. But no, we're not going to do that. No cussing. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.